The world was stunned on May 21st, 2024, as news broke of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi's death in a helicopter crash. The incident, which reportedly occurred during a domestic trip, has left a void in Iranian leadership and sparked uncertainty about the nation's future. Raisi, known for his hardline stance and conservative policies, had been a prominent figure in Iranian politics for decades. His sudden demise marks a turning point for Iran, both domestically and internationally. Raisi's presidency, though marked by controversy, was a consequential chapter in Iran's political history. His leadership style, often described as assertive and uncompromising, had a profound impact on Iran's domestic and foreign policy. His unexpected death raises several questions about the stability and direction of the Islamic Republic, a nation already grappling with internal and external challenges. The circumstances surrounding the helicopter crash are still under investigation, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. Iranian authorities have promised a thorough investigation, but initial reports suggest a technical malfunction as the primary cause. Regardless of the cause, the incident has left Iran reeling from the loss of its leader, a figure who, despite his critics, held significant influence over the country's trajectory. The impact of Raisi's death extends far beyond Iran's borders. His tenure coincided with heightened tensions with the West, particularly concerning Iran's nuclear program and its role in regional conflicts. His disappearance from the political scene is likely to have ripple effects on global geopolitics, particularly in the Middle East, where Iran plays a crucial role. Ebrahim Raisi's journey to the presidency was long and steeped in the complexities of Iranian politics. Born in 1959, he rose through the ranks of the Iranian judiciary, earning a reputation for his strict interpretation of Islamic law and his uncompromising approach to dissent. His early career was marked by his involvement in the mass executions of political prisoners in the 1980s, a dark period in Iran's history that continues to haunt his legacy. Raisi's political ascent gained momentum in the 2010s as he assumed key positions within the Iranian government. He served as Attorney General and later as Chief Justice, further solidifying his image as a staunch defender of the Islamic Republic's ideology. His unwavering commitment to the principles of the 1979 revolution earned him the support of the conservative establishment, paving the way for his presidential bid in 2021. Raisi's presidency was characterized by a focus on economic self-sufficiency and a return to traditional values. He implemented policies aimed at curbing Western influence, bolstering domestic industries, and consolidating the government's control over various sectors. His hardline stance on social issues and his crackdown on dissent drew criticism from human rights groups, but it resonated with his conservative base, who viewed him as a bulwark against perceived threats to Iran's Islamic identity. His foreign policy was marked by a confrontational approach towards the West, particularly the United States. He maintained a firm stance on Iran's nuclear program, resisting pressure to curtail its development. He also strengthened ties with regional allies, including Syria and Lebanon, solidifying Iran's position as a major player in the Middle East. Ebrahim Raisi's presidency was marked by a complex interplay of successes and failures, leaving behind a legacy open to interpretation. His supporters lauded his commitment to economic justice, his efforts to reduce corruption, and his unwavering defense of Iran's sovereignty. They saw him as a strong leader who stood up to Western pressure and championed the interests of the Iranian people. However, his critics pointed to his human rights record, his suppression of dissent, and his isolationist policies. They argued that his hardline stance exacerbated tensions with the West, stifled economic growth, and curtailed individual freedoms. The debate over his legacy is likely to continue for years to come, reflecting the deep divisions within Iranian society and the complexities of assessing his impact on the nation. Raisi's sudden death has further complicated the assessment of his legacy. His untimely passing leaves many of his initiatives unfinished, making it difficult to gauge their long-term effectiveness. The future direction of Iran, now uncertain, will play a significant role in shaping how history remembers his presidency. The international community's perception of Raisi was equally divided. Some countries viewed him as a destabilizing force in the Middle East, while others saw him as a legitimate leader defending his nation's interests. His death has left a void in global politics, particularly in the realm of nuclear non-proliferation and regional stability. The news of Raisi's death has sent shockwaves through Iran, leaving the nation grappling with uncertainty and a sense of loss. The immediate aftermath of the helicopter crash was marked by confusion and disbelief, as Iranians struggled to come to terms with the sudden absence of their leader. The Iranian government has announced a period of national mourning, with flags flying at half-mast and official events postponed. The atmosphere in Tehran, the nation's capital, is somber, as citizens gather to pay their respects and reflect on the implications of Raisi's passing. The political elite, meanwhile, is faced with the daunting task of navigating a transition of power during a period of heightened sensitivity. The Iranian constitution outlines a clear process for succession in the event of the president's death. The first vice president assumes the role of acting president, responsible for organizing new elections within a specified time frame. The transition is expected to be closely watched by both internal and external actors, as it could have significant implications for the future of the Islamic Republic. The sudden change in leadership has also sparked speculation about potential power struggles within the Iranian government. The various factions within the political elite, each with their own agendas and priorities, are likely to engage in a delicate dance of positioning themselves for influence during the transition period. The stability of the government and the direction of Iran's foreign and domestic policies will depend heavily on how these internal dynamics play out. The helicopter crash that claimed the life of Ebrahim Raisi has plunged Iran into a period of profound uncertainty. The nation, already facing numerous internal and external challenges, must now grapple with the task of choosing a new leader and charting a course forward in a rapidly changing world. The upcoming elections will be a pivotal moment for Iran. The outcome will determine the direction of the country's domestic policies, its relationship with the West, and its role in the Middle East. The Iranian people, accustomed to a strong central authority, are now faced with the prospect of a new era, one that could bring either continuity or significant change. The international community is closely observing the developments in Iran. The sudden change in leadership has raised questions about the future of Iran's nuclear program, its regional ambitions, and its willingness to engage with the West. The responses of major powers, particularly the United States, will be crucial in shaping the trajectory of relations with Iran in the post-Raisi era. The future of Iran remains unwritten. The nation stands at a crossroads, its path forward uncertain. The choices made in the coming months and years will have profound implications for the Iranian people, the region, and the world. The sudden passing of Ebrahim Raisi is a major global event with far-reaching consequences. Stay informed about the latest developments in Iran and the impact on international affairs by subscribing to our channel. We provide continuous updates on global news and offer exclusive stories that provide in-depth analysis and insights. Don't miss out on crucial information that shapes our world. Subscribe now.